Welcome. We only have a few days remaining until the final 3 face off in a jury vote. Last time, Priscilla lost her ride or die in Zoe. In addition, we saw Millie and Lavique target Chris, but Bart prevented their plans after saving her. Let's see how everything goes down with only 5 remaining in the house.
It's night 13, and after Zoe's eviction, Priscilla is left sad after losing her closest friend in the house. She really wanted to make final 3 with Zoe, but now that's off of the table. She has to win this game for her, which means it's time to really think about who she can beat in the final 3. Outside, Priscilla joins Bart and Millie, straight up starting the conversation by throwing Chris out as a target. Millie squints and tells her that she also has been wanting Chris out for quite a bit of time now, but is certain someone saved her last round. Bart tells Millie to chill with those sly comments because it doesn't mean he's still loyal to her. He only saved Chris because he wanted her to be a shield. Millie tells him that she can't be a shield if she's on the other team. But Bart says that she would at least vote to keep him. Priscilla says that from now on, they need to ensure it's Chris who goes before final 3. Otherwise, they all lose the game. In the bathroom, Priscilla passes by Chris and tells her goodnight. Chris asks her if she's ready to win tomorrow's challenge, and Priscilla says she has never been so ready to avenge her friend, Zoe. Chris later goes outside to chat with Bart, asking him how he's feeling with these remaining players. Bart tells her that he feels okay. Their only real competition in these challenges is Lavique. Chris sighs and says that if his team wins again, she's going for good. Lavique and Millie would vote her out in an instant. Bart says that her best chance is to approach Lavique in that case and try convincing him to keep her. Chris thinks her only move is to convince Lavique that Priscilla could win the game just solely through her social game. She hasn't pissed anyone off on the jury, which gives them a reason to vote for her. Bart shrugs and says that this approach could work. It all depends on how much Lavique really wants her out. It's finally day 14, and it's time for yet another challenge. In this, everyone will take turns sliding down the water slide. If anyone fails their slide, they are out of the challenge. The last person standing will win safety for their team. If the blue team wins again, no other safety is given out to the losing team. But, if the red team wins, the challenge winner will pick one person from blue to save, leaving only 2 people vulnerable tonight. The challenge begins with round 1, and Priscilla starts off the line. She successfully gets through. Chris goes up next and successfully makes it. Bart is up and he also gets through properly, and Lavique goes for his turn and does the same. Millie goes up last for round 1, and unfortunately she flops her slide, meaning she is the first person out of this challenge. For round 2, Priscilla starts off with a successful slide. Chris goes up next and also slides successfully. Bart heads up but he falls hard on his back, meaning he failed and is out of this challenge. Lavique is last up, and he makes it through successfully. Chris makes a face, having this bad feeling that Lavique might beast this challenge. We're now down to 3 people. Both red team members are still in, while Lavique is the sole representative for blue. Priscilla starts up round 3 with a successful slide. Chris goes up next, but she launches herself too hard and falls to the floor, meaning she is out of the challenge. Lavique then goes last and successfully moves on to the next round. It's now down to Priscilla and Lavique as they enter round 4. Priscilla goes up and she makes a very hard fall as her back completely flips over her head, giving her minor injuries from the fall. She is alright though and is able to continue on. Lavique goes up next and he also falls, meaning the 2 must redo the round. When they redo, they both fall to the ground again, meaning they must redo once again. Priscilla goes again and falls again, and as for Lavique, he manages to slide through successfully, meaning Lavique has won the challenge for the blue team. This means either Priscilla or Chris will be leaving tonight by the hands of the blue team. Back inside, Chris talks to Priscilla, wishing her luck for tonight. Priscilla appreciates the nice gesture from her and says that no matter what, they will be friends for life. She respects her as a person and a game player. Chris smiles and thanks her. They then split off to do their campaigning. Priscilla goes outside, commenting that Lavique is a great chef. Levik thanks her and blushes, saying that not a lot of people say these nice things about his food. Priscilla tastes his food and absolutely loves it. She then asks Levik if he feels good about tonight's eviction, and Levik says he's locked in for the Chris eviction. They basically have the numbers, so she should be fine tonight. Priscilla nods and tells Levik she has his back as they have both played this game with integrity. Levik reciprocates and says he would love to go to the finals with her. They hug it out and Priscilla says she'll go around the house to chat with the other two voters. Chris later joins Levik outside to have a one-on-one chat. She tells him that she's basically relying on his vote tonight. She already has Bart locked in to keep her. Levik tells her that he's mainly struggling to understand why he should keep her after she flipped on him and Tamara 2 rounds ago. Chris tells him that she already explained how Tamara was in the way of her game. She wants to go to Final 3 with him though. She didn't mean to hurt him in the process of taking Tamara out. Levik says he truly doesn't know if it makes enough sense to keep her tonight, but he'll keep it in mind. Chris thanks him and says that if he keeps Priscilla, that's a dangerous social player who could win a jury vote. He needs to take people who pissed the jury off the most, and Priscilla isn't one of those people. After Chris leaves, Millie joins Levik to chat about the vote. She asks him if he's still on board to take Chris out, and Levik says he is. She tried to convince him to keep her, but he knows what the right move is tonight. Millie nods and tells him they have a real good crack at making Final 3 now. With the conversations over, let's check in with Chanel now so she can host the eviction.
Why hello everyone. It's time for yet another eviction. Either Chris or Priscilla will become the second last juror of the season. Let's check in with the house now to get things going. Hello house guests. Congratulations Levik on winning such a crucial challenge now that we are down to the final 5. As a result of your win, Millie and Bart are also safe. That means the 3 of you will need to vote for either Priscilla or Chris tonight. Without further ado, Levik, you are first to the diary room. Levik, who will you evict tonight? Millie. Your vote for Chris is locked in. Bart, to the diary room. Bart, who will you evict? You may head back to the living room. House guests, I have the final results of tonight's eviction. Priscilla, Chris, the person evicted must say goodbye to everyone and leave as soon as possible. With that, the person evicted with all 3 votes is Chris. Please say your goodbyes and head out.
Chris gets up and thanks everyone, having a similar speech like Josh about how she's saving the hugs for finale night. She makes her way out, leaving everyone else clapping for her. She leaves through the front door, making her way out to meet Chanel. In Chris's final words, she expresses how grateful she feels to have experienced the game of teams at war. She learned a lot about herself. She's a very strong alpha personality that truly can get along with various types of people. She feels like her major turning point for the worst was losing Alessandro and Josh back to back. That really hurt her chances at getting to the end because she practically had no one by her side. Right now, she hopes Priscilla can somehow win the whole game, as long as she reaches the end and has a great final pitch as to why she should win. This is because the other 3 don't really have a strong social or strategic game. At least Priscilla excels greatly in her social game.